Well, hi everyone. I'm Amanda Patterson. I am the admin of the Facebook group, My Private Practice Tribe. And I have a group practice down in South Florida called Caring Therapists of Broward. And we have a very special guest today, Katie Englert, and she is from Practikat. And she's going to share about Practikat and how it might be beneficial to you on two different parts. So welcome, Katie. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, good morning, Amanda. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So full disclosure, this is like our third time trying to get this recorded. And so they say, I guess third time's a charm. We tried on Facebook Live. That didn't work. We tried on Skype. That didn't work. And so here we are. Now we're on Zoom. We're recording. So you all will be catching this on, the replay on YouTube. So I'm excited that you are here and we're getting ready to get started. So why don't you tell everybody about Practikat, what it is and how it might be beneficial for those watching?
Yeah, so Practikat is a one-stop shop for therapists to buy and sell what they need for their private practice. Working as a mental health professional and learning the small business part is really tough, and our time is very valuable. So we developed Practikat so you could find products that you needed to save time and eventually, make more money and save money by purchasing things and tools that you need for your private practice.
So, when I think of Practikat, I think of it as the Etsy for therapists.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. So we're growing into things because we're really, vendor focused and buyer focused because we're serving therapists on both sides of that. So we're really therapist driven, and so whatever therapists are creating and trying to get out there is what we're trying to do.
And so what I love about that is that it can be beneficial on both ends. So if I'm a therapist and I have a group practice and I'm looking for templates, like I know you have a lot of templates on there for group practice owners, I can purchase those things. But if I'm a solopreneur and I've created all of these workshops, for instance, on PowerPoint, I can also sell my PowerPoints to other therapists who may want to use them. And so that's what I've kind of heard that's awesome about Practikat.
Yeah, that's exactly, what we're trying to do. We're really trying to make it to where for the time that you put in that you can just go to one place and find resources of all different types and really modify it and kind of customize it to you and your private practice and use it quickly. So you're not spending hours and hours and hours of development time on something that isn't something that is very, purposeful. Not that it's not purposeful for you, but not your dream thing to do. So some people, like for me, creating forms is not exactly my dream thing to do, but having a place where I can go and get the forms that I need quickly and edit them to be custom to my practice, that was an important thing for me in the beginning.
It's so interesting because I think about when I first started my practice is like I took paperwork from the woman that I rented from, right? And I had worksheets from Piecemeal. I copied and pasted things and I made my own PowerPoint presentations on different things that I went and did presentations on. And I think a lot of therapists do a lot of things piecemeal. And if we could have one place that we went that was really convenient, affordable, and relevant to purchase all of these things, I think it's such a great idea. How did you come up with this idea?
So initially it was just something out of necessity. So I started a private practice almost 6 years ago by myself and did some things, exactly what you just said. So you pull and you grab and you look for tools and resources that you need because many therapists don't have formal business training. So you're really trying to go as you start. And then we started growing into a group practice over time. So I started needing resources. My time became very limited. And your needs for resources change when you start adding people to your practice or start wanting to specialize, and your time just becomes limited and extremely valuable. So then you start looking to trade for those resources that are ready to use and ready to customize, and they weren't there. So I was spending a lot of time looking for just the right thing for my practice and resources that I wanted to use, and they were out there. So it wasn't like that they were missing or people weren't creating them. Therapists specifically, were creating all the things that I wanted to use. It was just I was spending so much time looking for those specific things that I wanted to use in my practice. And that wasn't time efficient and it wasn't profitable for me to be doing that. So I wanted to create the space for that to happen in a quick way.
So if there is a therapist that's looking for something, like maybe they don't have paperwork, or they want to do a presentation on forgiveness, like how would they find this information and how would they be able to utilize Practikat?
Sure. So you go to practikat.com and you shop. So the things are broken down into categories, and you just, that's where you go. We're going to do some vendor highlights this year and showcase some of the products so you can kind of get a glimpse of who our vendors are and the things that they're developing for other therapists to use. But they're all right there on the website. We also receive a lot of feedback on products that maybe we don't have yet, but people would like to see. And so that's something that we would really like to encourage therapists. If there's something that you need that you either don't have the time to create, or that's not in your purpose lane of what you want to be developing, let us know, because we're always looking and sharing with our current vendors, and when new vendors come on, things that therapists are looking for to build their private practice.
And so let's pretend I am a person who has all of these resources and I'm looking to create a multiple stream of income and I want to sell this stuff. How do I become a vendor?
Yeah, so on the site, it's a really quick process. You just sign up to become a vendor, and you create your own store. So each vendor has their own store on Practikat, and that has a custom URL link that you can put that on your website. You can share that on your social media. You can put it in your email line. And those are just some ways that you could get your whole store out quickly and on a very regular basis. And then once you have your link created for your store, you can just simply upload your products as you have them. And it's that simple. So it's just really quick.
And people can just keep selling and selling and selling. Just again, like kind of to use that Etsy model, like you go on, you purchase things. As I'm planning a wedding, Etsy has been my very best friend. I have been using them. And so if you're somebody who's starting a private practice, then definitely utilizing Practikat, or if you're looking to even expand and go into that group practice. I know especially for me, like starting a solo practice, like no big deal. I'll just piecemeal and I'll use my little Excel sheets. But when I started to do a group practice, I really took a step back and said, I wanted to make sure these systems are really in place, right? I really wanted to make sure everything was rocking and rolling the way that it needed to be. And so I think that every stage of the game of being a private practice owner, that we need resources and we need help. And so it's definitely sounds like Practikat is something that can help us.
Yeah, and we really want to be able to provide different pricing structures for different people. And like you're just saying, the different phases of practice. So when you're starting out, you have a little bit more time to put a little bit more, sweat equity into your practice, whereas whenever you decide to go into adding people, or if you're looking into pull out, because that's very common also for therapists in private practice. If you are easing out or making transitions of any type, your time gets to be very valuable very quickly. And so, and it can happen within an amount of, weeks or months if you're doing things in a certain way. And so just being able to have a trusted place to go pull those resources is just something that we think is very important and could be helpful for therapists.
I think that's great. I wanted to share this story. So Katie and I met each other over the summer. It's been a while now, since July. We went to Slow Down School with Joe Sanak. So those of you who know Joe, he has Practice the Practice. And we have both been working with him and his team over the past year or so. And we go to what's called Slow Down School. And we're working on our big ideas. And one of my big ideas is to provide courses and provide resources to therapists and videos just like this. These are some things that I had planned over the summer at that time. And I had shared that. And, Katie came up to me and was like, I have this this thing. And she started asking me all these questions, and it really got my head turning, right? Like, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. If I didn't have to like launch and sell and do all of these things that, you know, we have to do, if there was just a place that we could put this, it would be awesome. And I just remember us connecting at that time. And I just have always felt connected to you since then, because your passion really came out when you were talking about this.
Yeah, and it's just so important because there's all kinds of different places that you can put things. And, you know, if you are, you know, if you're born to be a great therapist, or if you are have put the time and the study into being a great therapist, we need you to share that. So we need you to share the things that you are so great at. And there needed to be a place just to sell your stuff and to buy your stuff. And that's really as basic as it is. So the therapists who are skilled and trained and gifted in really specific areas can help people. So we don't want people getting caught up and tangled up in trying to figure this part out. If we can have that space available and make that quick and easy for therapists to share their products, which in turn help our clients and help other therapists help their clients, why wouldn't we do that? So that's what we're working on. So it was fun. It was so super fun to meet you. I've said this before. Your tenacity was one of the things, and she did plan out all of these things, and I witnessed it. So it was very exciting to see you do that and go after, you know, providing the people in your group and the people that you work with really intentional content and really intentional support. So that was really awesome for me to see too.
Yeah, it was great connecting with you.
Yep.
I know we'll be in each other's paths as private practice owners and consultants and, you know, in this field. So if people want to buy, all they need to do is go to practikat.com. I'm going to put all of this information in the show notes, but could you spell it for anybody maybe that just wants to catch it now?
Right. It's Practikat. So practikat.com. And we're on Facebook and Instagram right now also.
And it's the same place for people to go. So if you are a therapist who has materials and you're like, man, I've got these really great things and I want to sell them, and people are really interested in multiple streams of income. And so if you are looking for a multiple stream of income or a passive income stream because you've already created all of this stuff, all they have to do is apply to become a vendor. And then they can be spotlighted over the next year. I know you've shared them on, you know, shared information on Facebook. And so I'm a vendor through Practikat. Now we're talking, I'm like, what else can I share? What else can I do here? Like, I'm even like getting excited.
Yes, it is very exciting because it's, you know, it's fun we put a lot of time and energy, and it's fun to create new things, and we want to just share it. You know, it can feel a little bit like you're sending out your baby into the world a little bit, you know, and getting the things that you're really passionate about and feel really strong about out there for other therapists to benefit from.
So if people want to connect with you specifically, how can they contact you?
Yep. It's Katie@practikat.com is my email address, and you can email me. Like I said, we're also on Facebook and Instagram, so we can connect there as well.
Instagram has been a really fun way to connect with people lately. So for those of you that like Instagram or are interested in Instagram, be sure to follow Practikat. It's just Practikat, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's Amanda P. LMHC. And I had to think about that for a minute. Yeah, Amanda P. LMHC. And so find us on Instagram. It's been a really fun, also like another fun way to connect with people and build a private practice and really meet other practice owners. So Katie, thank you so much for being on today.
Absolutely.
And for those of you who are watching, if you're looking for another tool for your private practice, I would highly recommend checking out Therapy Notes for your electronic health record. You can bill directly from Therapy Notes. You can send client reminders. You have note templates, you have intake templates, you have all the forms that you need right there. And so check them out at therapynotes.com. And to get 2 months free, use the promo code Amanda. And if you would please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, comment, all of those things do help us. And so subscribe, like, comment, and reach out to Katie. All of her information will be in the show notes. Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you so much.